People who experience problems feeding themselves and their families face what's called food insecurity. This has a number of effects and a variety of different causes. Severe cases where people go days without eating can affect physical and mental health, make existing health problems worse, and can even lead to depression and suicidal feelings. Having to choose between eating and heating, going without in order to feed their children, and falling into rent arrears are all situations commonly described by those living with food insecurity. In seeking solutions, support agencies are looking to intervene before people turn to emergency food aid. Often this means helping those affected break free from the cycle of poverty which leads to food insecurity. A Menu for Change has been working with Dundee City Council, one of the local authorities at the forefront of this kind of approach. The local authority, as part of the Dundee Partnership, regards emergency food provision as a last resort, concentrating instead on trying to make sure that people have access to the cash they need and are entitled to. In an attempt to reduce poverty, the root cause of food insecurity, Dundee City Council has been working with local employers and have made Dundee the UK's only living wage city, accredited by the Living Wage Foundation. In addition, the Council is taking positive steps towards improving employment opportunities, apprenticeships and training, all with a view to providing decent employment, which prevents people falling into food crisis. They're concentrating on providing long-term holistic support. While accepting that emergency food aid remains an essential safety net, Dundee is intent on designing services to tackle the root cause of food insecurity, rather than simply resorting to interventions when things go bad. In this way, they hope to prevent people from falling into the destructive cycle of going without food and the social and health problems which accompany food insecurity. Dundee City Council and other voluntary sector agencies in the area now take a strategic and coordinated approach in trying to standardise responses to food insecurity and get people referred quickly to advice, support and the Scottish Welfare Fund. It's a strategy which is providing encouraging results but needs more government support from both Holyrood and Westminster. Local authorities and voluntary agencies have limited powers when it comes to tackling the lack of cash which underlies food insecurity. 0 hours and temporary contracts leave many people vulnerable as their incomes fluctuate. Waiting for universal credit payments and sanctions often mean that benefits are insufficient to cover basic needs. Government intervention and support is vital. The UK government needs to ensure that social security payments serve as a responsive and reliable safety net, and that people moving on to or between benefits don't fall into crisis. The Scottish Government needs to strengthen the Scottish Welfare Fund to make sure it provides an adequate financial safety net. A Menu for Change knows that tackling food poverty is not about providing food. It's about providing opportunities. Given the right support and advice, people can and do break free of the trap in which they've found themselves. Government in London and Edinburgh must bring economic pressure to bear on industry to encourage local employment, training, careers, and a living wage. Change is urgently required if Scotland is to fulfil its commitment to the 2030 Sustainable Development Goal of zero hunger and to respecting, protecting, and fulfilling human rights.